Hi, everyone. So, as a reminder, please make sure you finish the web quest tonight, and honors continue to work on electron configuration, the house. There is an egg carton demo here, and that is not something I made. That's a published thing. I do recommend that you do that after the lab to help you answer any questions that you might need. Because if you watch that first, then you're going to already know what to do for the lab. So I don't recommend watching it first. I recommend doing the lab first. This is what the lab looks like. It's pretty straightforward. So you're going to be given a half an egg carton, some styrofoam eggs or balls, depending upon what we have. And then a couple different sizes options, some chocolate eggs, and then hardcover textbooks. You might be like, what? You'll see. So, first of all, remind yourself what you know about Gorilla Glass. Okay. Why is it so strong, do you think, so far, based on what you've learned? And then go ahead and have each of your members assign kind of a role just to clarify. Remember, anytime we're doing a lab, you have to turn in your own lab. If you do not turn in your own lab, if only one person turns it in, that person is the only person getting credit. If two people turn in things in and all the words are identical, nobody's getting credit. Okay. It's really important to do that. So write in your names who's going to be the director, grab the materials, be the data collector, the timer, etc. Doesn't matter to me who does what, but just fill that in there. And then we're going to all do the first part of the experiment the same, where we're going to be using the same size of styrofoam eggs in our carton. And we're going to literally stack textbooks on top of it to see how many we can before the structure starts to crumble. Okay. That first example is representing soda lime glass. Okay. So you're going to represent soda lime glass. You're going to build this model and you're going to see how many books that you can put on it. So when you're doing that for that part one, make sure that you actually put your data down here. Okay. So the first time you did it, how many books did you get? How many books did you get? How many books did you get? And what was the average? We may end up reducing this just for like supply sake, because once you kind of make the egg carton not function anymore, you can't really use it again because it's already damaged. So we may have to do only one trial, just FYI. Ideally, we do it 3 times and get an average, but we'll see with what supplies I have. Okay. So once you've done that, you get to actually, as a group, choose your variable. Okay. There are 2 variables to choose from. One is mass and one is size. Okay. So the first is you'll have essentially the same size of eggs, but they will be heavier. They're going to be chocolate eggs rather than styrofoam eggs. Okay. So the first option is mass. Okay. Because the chocolate eggs are heavier than the styrofoam. The other one will be larger styrofoam eggs. So you're choosing between how heavy the eggs are or how large the eggs are. Okay, so only choose one variable. As a group, you do need to decide as a team. And what do you think it's going to do to your structure? Is it going to make it stronger or weaker? And why do you think so? Okay, and then trying to describe what is independent, the thing we are changing, and what is dependent on that, the thing we are measuring. Once you have that all filled out, go ahead and run that experiment again with either your chocolate eggs or your larger styrofoam eggs. And again, ideally, we're going to run it multiple times and get that average. And again, if we don't have enough supplies to do so, it's okay. And then there's a couple data analysis questions here. Are there any patterns or inconsistencies that you saw, especially when you're looking at other groups? Did for all the groups that chose chocolate eggs, did the same thing happen? For all the groups that chose larger eggs, did all the same things happen? Kind of look at that. And there are probably some limitations. There's always limitations when we're doing labs, that they're not perfect. So what are some of those limitations? What makes this lab not perfect? And then lastly, you're going to try to do a CER. Why is Gorilla Glass so much stronger than sodium lime glass? And probably it's going to be related to either mass or size, since that's what we're running the experiment on. So you're going to make a claim, use evidence from your lab to support it, and then try to explain it. Okay, that's it for today.